Hi guys, welcome back to the Jake Vlog channel and welcome to Reebacks Roundup. Of course, I'm not going to be talking about the football that's been happening on the weekend because I'm currently filming this on a Saturday morning, the 1st of February, the day after transfer deadline day, and I thought I could do a Reebacks Roundup about all the January transfer windows regarding Premier League clubs. Obviously, there has been some big moves this January, and that's what I'm going to be talking about in this episode. I'm going to be mainly specifically focusing on the Premier League clubs. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So the first team I'm going to be talking about is my team, Tottenham Hotspur. Personally, I think we actually had quite a good window. We failed to bring in a striker, which I think was our probably main target of the January transfer window, with Kane being injured. But Tottenham did sign, of course, we did sign Giovanni Lo Celso, permanent deal. Gedson Fernandes we got on a loan from Benfica, so still barely seen any of him. He started against Southampton, I believe, in the FA Cup, but haven't really seen much of him, so excited to see more. And of course, on proper main signing of the January transfer window, Steven Bergwijn from PSV, about £31 million, I think it was. So yeah, that's a big signing. I'm excited about that signing, and I mean, it's a 5-year deal. I'm excited to see what he can bring to the team. But as I said, we failed to bring in a striker. Who knows, maybe Jose Mourinho will maybe play Bergwijn on the left, which I believe is his preferred position, and then maybe Sonny up front, and then we can maybe play like a 4-3-3 or something, maybe change the formation slightly. But yeah, overall, it's a good window. I'm happy, but of course I would have loved a striker. There were so many strikers we were linked to, Piatek, etc. Olivier Giroud the last few days, Willian Jose. Of course, none of them signed for Spurs. But yeah, overall, I'm happy with the window. So those were the ins from Tottenham Hotspur. And out of the club, Jack Clarke went to QPR on loan. Danny Rose went to Newcastle on loan. That's pretty much it. And of course, Carl Walker-Peters as well. We can't forget about him. A few days ago, he went to Southampton on loan till the end of the season, with no option to buy as well. So he's only going to be at Southampton till the end of the season. And then, of course, the main one, Christian Eriksen. Of course, we sold him on the same day we permanently signed Lo Celso. Christian Eriksen did get his move to Inter Milan. We managed to get 17 million for him, which, considering what the rumours were going to be, how much we were going to get, 17 mil is more than what the rumours were saying. So yeah, overall, I'm quite happy. Like I said, if we got a striker, I would have been over the moon with the January transfer window. But, can't be too angry. It's going to be exciting to see how Bergwijn and Gedson Fernandes do. Obviously, Fernandes is a loan, but Bergwijn we have got for at least 5 years, hopefully. So yeah, it's going to be exciting. Tottenham, I think they did have a good window. Moving on to another big club, Manchester United. Of course, they finally got their man for rumoured to be around £50 million. Bruno Fernandes. Man U have been linked with him for absolutely ages, start of the summer as well, and they've finally got that deal over the line. It's a very good signing for them. He's been quality from what I've seen of him in Portugal for Sporting Lisbon, and I think Bruno Fernandes could improve Man United that little bit more to possibly get into the top 4 this year. So for Man U fans, I think you should definitely be happy with the signing of Bruno Fernandes. I'm sure if there are any United fans watching this, then I'm sure you are happy. You got Nathan Bishop from Southend, for an undisclosed fee, and then Odion Ighalo on loan. Of course, he used to play for Watford many years back. Ighalo has joined Manchester United on a loan. Moving on to Manchester City, they didn't actually get anyone. Man City didn't bring anyone in, which is kind of surprising, I guess, because they're known to spend a ridiculous amount of money in transfer windows, and it doesn't look like they're going to win the league this year. So you would have thought maybe, you would have thought maybe they would have strengthened their squad a little bit, but no, they have only sold players the likes of Angelino to RB Leipzig on loan. But that's pretty much about it. They've sold a lot of players, as I can see, on loan. Man City did not bring anyone through the door, only players going out. Liverpool as well didn't really spend big money. All they did was brought in Minamino from Red Bull Salzburg for 7.2 million. Don't really know much about him, so I can't really tell you if it's a good signing or not. But Liverpool already have an amazing team, but still quite surprising that they didn't actually get much transfer business done. They only brought in one player, as I said, in Minamino. They didn't bring anyone else in. But as I said, Liverpool, they already have a brilliant squad, so I don't think Liverpool fans can be too disheartened with their window, as their team is already so strong. And then moving on to Chelsea, who didn't bring anyone in the summer, but they did get out the club, the likes of Danny Drinkwater to Aston Villa on loan, and I mean loads more people on loan. About 9 players they've sold on loan, I believe. Chelsea once again, like a few of the big clubs, didn't bring anyone in during the transfer window. Moving on to Newcastle, their biggest signings, I think, of the window was Nabil Bentaleb, of course, ex-Spurs player. Bentaleb has gone to Newcastle from Schalke on loan, and another loan player, of course, from Spurs, Danny Rose. Obviously, his performance for Spurs the last few months have not been good enough, and Danny Rose has got a move to Newcastle United on loan till the end of the season with an option to buy. So Danny Rose could end up permanently signing for Newcastle in January. Another team is Arsenal. They brought in 2 players. They brought in Cedric on loan from Southampton, and another loan, Pablo Mari. Cedric, of course. I can probably see why they got rid of Cedric, as obviously they did get Carl Walker-Peters, and Cedric maybe wouldn't have got a lot of game time, so he's gone to Arsenal on loan, I believe, to the end of the season probably, and Pablo Mari from Flamengo has also gone out on loan to Arsenal. But there we go, that was just a recap over the main done deals over the January transfer window. I hope you enjoy this slightly different Reebacks roundup of course, as I just said, the January transfer window. Obviously, I will be back after the weekend for a proper Reebacks roundup over the games, of course, that happened this weekend. Spurs, massive game against Man City tomorrow afternoon. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Come on, you Spurs.